that point where you make up your mind is where your life changes. That's where failure changes to success. It is your decision, not your condition, that determines your destiny. I promise you, where you're getting your best results will always lean towards your unique ability. Ultimately, what you focus on will define your identity. It will move from, I can't do this, I don't have this, to I am not this. It doesn't take long for, I don't have money, to become, I am poor. What you focus on ultimately will shape your sense of identity, because what you believe is what you be.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shift Conference. Before I say anything, please can we put our hands together for Dr. Sam Adeyemi.
I was on a salary of 30,000 naira a month, and I asked myself, Gabriel, what else can you do to earn 30,000 naira a month? If I can sell one truck of diesel, I'll make 30,000 naira a month. When you have a strategy, you implement it.
You must be intentional about building strategic relationships. The power that you have is not absolute in the space, because you must control the space to work, to support you, to deliver value. Hard work is good. I didn't say don't work hard, but working smart is better. Working smart is about maximizing productivity using every resource that is available to you.
Your mindset is like a compass. If it's off just a little bit, it's going to take you a lot of time to reach your goals. See, money is a tool. And so what I realized is if a person can change their priorities around their money, they could change their outcome. If they can change their mindset around their money, they could change their money outcome. Our financial outcomes is a derivative of our money behaviors.
You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you see cannot, that's riding on a principle. If I could push the inside, the outside is designed to do everything possible to catch up with it.
It gives us great pleasure to unveil to you, reveal to the world for the first time, his latest book titled Shifts.
In a world crowded with noise, true leaders listen for the invitation that truly matters. The Sam Adeyemi Mastermind is not for everyone. Only 100 leaders hand-selected for their vision, values, and capacity to influence nations. In these rooms, strategies are refined, relationships are forged, and ideas are funded long before they hit the headlines. If you are watching this, perhaps you've been called to a circle that matches your ambition. The doors close soon, not to exclude, but to preserve excellence. I invite you to step into a room that only a few will ever enter. In a world crowded with noise, true leaders
My experience was great.
This event was a fantastic event. It shifted me to the next level. Excellence, content was really, really powerful.
I enjoyed every minute of Shift. It was amazing, transformative. I particularly enjoyed Dr. Sam's session.
This was a world-class conference. I don't think I was really ready for the transformation that really happened in the room. All the speakers were so amazing.
My experience at the Shift conference was honestly mind-blowing. It's a blessing, honestly, to be here, and I'm really glad I've been able to participate in this year's Shift conference.
Shift.
My experience was great.
This event was a fantastic event. It shifted me to the next level. Excellence, content was really, really powerful.
I enjoyed every minute of Shift. It was amazing, transformative. I particularly enjoyed Dr. Sam's session.
This was a world-class conference. I don't think I was really ready for the transformation that really happened in the room. All the speakers were so amazing.
My experience at the Shift conference was honestly mind-blowing. It's a blessing, honestly, to be here, and I'm really glad so I've been able to participate in this year's Shift conference.
Shift.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the glitch earlier on. My mic was unmuted. Anyway, good afternoon, good evening, and maybe good morning where you are. Thank you for joining us from all over the world. This is always a global event, and we're just so grateful that you found the time to join us. We're conscious of the fact that it's late evening for some of us, so we'd like to make it fast today. Just in case it's your first time ever of joining us, this is a global community of leaders. And when we say leaders in our community, we don't mean only those that occupy high positions in organizations and government. In our community, everyone is a leader. We have disconnected leadership from being solely attached to positions. In our community, leadership is the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. All of us have the capacity to influence other people. To influence is to alter the state of a person or thing. All of us have that capacity, right? So this is a global community of leaders. Thank you for joining us from YouTube, from Facebook, from Instagram, from X, right? Facebook. Thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you for the regulars. I see my friend Anne from Los Angeles. I see Dr. Olaliko from Toronto, Canada. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Sam 7 from Kumasi, Ghana is a regular. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so you may want to put the city and country that you're joining us from in the chat room. Amazing. Okay, a testimonial. Planet Shakers Music Academy International says or wrote. Just a second. Right. Your words of impact gave birth to Planet Shakers 14 years back. And to the glory of God, the school has given birth to more than 4,000 world changers. Wow. Becoming a problem solver is the message. Wow. Thank you. The testimonials really matter, right? I've been at this for over 30 years now. Just speaking to millions of people. It's good to get feedback once in a while and to let us know that this is working. This is helping someone, right? Thank you for sharing that. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Reverend Obed from Accra. And Rotimi is in Atlanta. Thank you. Wow, Bimzi is in Lagos. Thank you. And Samuel is in UK. Thank you. Amazing. Jubril in Ogun State, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. Pastor Team from Chicago. Thank you. Good to see you again. Kamsis in Port Harcourt. Thank you. Thank you. My sister Janet from Indiana. She says, God bless you, Dr. Sam. I really appreciate your God-given wisdom and knowledge. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. Minstrel Johnson is also a regular from Ilori, Nigeria. Simpson, definitely a regular from Wales, right, in the UK. Thank you. It's good to see you again, right? And we have Godwin from Lagos. Good to see you. Adekunle says, glad to be here my first time. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Ima from Kogi, my state in Nigeria. And Onyekachi from Benin City. Thank you, Kewa City. Good to see you again, I believe, from Dubai. And Chuks from Lagos, Khalid from Lagos, Peter from Lagos, Oluwato Singh from Lagos. Planet Shakers is in Music Academy is in Lokoja. Oh, that's amazing. That's my state. That's the capital of my state. My state of origin, we say in Nigeria. God bless you. Tunji Obe from Dublin. Oh, good to see you. Samuel from Akure, Fortress from Lagos. Dotun also from Nigeria. Good to see you. Winner from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. Good to see you. And Simeon from Lekki and Champion from Nigeria. Matthews in Ogun State. Temitope, Lagos. Mayowa, St. Brooks, Alberta. Awesome. Good to see you, Canada. Balogo is in Ogun State. Kelvin in Lagos. Franklin in Cross River State, Nigeria. Faith in Ibadan. Good to see you. Oba Odewale is in Sheffield, England. It's your first time and you're especially welcome. Esther is in Lagos. And Olani is in Oshogo, says it's my first time. Thank you for joining us. Gideon is in Tema, Ghana. Dapo is in New York. Good to see you. Andrews is in L'Aquila, Italy. Good to see you again. Yes, Ojo is in Oshogo, Precious in Ibadan, Adekunle in Abeokuta, Edward in Kogi, Nelson in Benin City. Thank you, Joshua in Gwagwalada, Abuja. Jennifer is also in Abuja. Good to see you, Kumba. Right. Joining us from Cameroon. Gay is joining us from Kumba, Cameroon. Thank you. Dario in Lokoja, Victor in Lagos. Thank you. Good to see you, Joe. Adenike is joining us from Madrid, Spain. And that's so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Sharifu. Where are you joining us from? Isaac is in Lagos. Godwin in Lagos. Dennis in Adamawa State. Thank you. Thank you. Joshua in Lagos. Wow. Chuks in Lekki. Abdurrahman is in Kano, Nigeria. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Pastor Jude in Port Harcourt. Olandapo is in New Jersey. Thank you. Thank you. Omayemi is in London, UK. Bridge is joining us from Byron in Minnesota. I guess it should be snowing at your end now, right? Akoni in Ibadan, Nigeria. Dumbo Kima in Port Harcourt. Pastor Gideons in Ghana. Your second time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ayodeji is in Sweden. I told you this is global. Sharifu is in Katsina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Olumide is in Lagos. Emmanuel Osun State. Ufoma in Lekki. Simeon in Lekki. Oluwadare in Lagos. Ayo is joining us from Toronto, Canada. Thank you. Yes, Gayus, thank you. Cameroon. Good, 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 good. Yes, Abdurrahman is in Kano. Thank you. Michael in Suleja. That's Abuja. Williams in Jaws. Pastor Chris in Edo State. Yes, Solomon. I am a Kogite, like we say it. Olubukola in Lagos, Kelvin in Lagos, Geoffrey in Abuja. Amazing. Good to see you, Olubukola. It's your first time. Thank you. Shileola in London. Benga in Nigeria. Leo in Gombe, Nigeria. Oluwaseun in Ibadan. Femi in Ibadan. Right? The Case family, Lagos. It's your first time. Special welcome to you. Olusegun is in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. Thank you for joining us. And we have Francis connecting from Morocco. Thank you. This is truly global, isn't it? Elijah is in Lagos. Daniel's joining from Sweden. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Amina, for joining us from Abuja. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Adeoye in Lagos, Prince Will in Port Harcourt, Raphael in Benin City, Israel in Lagos, Nifemi in Ogun State, Akoni in Ibadan, Adewale in Lagos. Thank you. Babatunde in Oshogo, the Shego is in Magoro, Ogun State. Faith, thank you for joining us. It's your first time. We'll start our discussion soon, right? Usually I will discuss a topic and then I'll take a few questions, right? Before we go. Remember, we're conscious of the fact that it's night for some of us already, so we won't take too long, but it's just good to acknowledge people, especially quite a number of people joining us for the first time today. Thank you. Starboy in Enugu, and Crystal in Kogi State, Michael in Lagos, Somi in Ogun State, Sunday in Lagos, Mary is in Edmonton, Canada. Thank you for joining us. Apata is in Lagos. Thank you. Damilola Oluwalade is in Ottawa. Okay, is in Lagos. Florence is in Scotland. Thank you for joining us for the first time. Adeoye in Lagos. Helen, good to see you joining us from the Netherlands. Yeah, been to Amsterdam, beautiful city, and I love the water. Right, goes through the city. Nzube Chukwu is joining us from Lagos, and Bukola in Abuja. James, Bukola, good to see you from Lagos. Oluwatobi in Kwara. Thank you. The Living Team from the Gambia. Amazing. Thank you. Derek in Lagos. Olawumi in Ilori. Elijah in Zambia. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Right? David in Imo State. Kade in Oyo State, Tayo in Lagos, Nigeria. Buki is in Ontario, Canada. Thank you for joining us. Charles is in Lagos, Ifeanyi in Abuja. Good to see you. Thank you so much, right? Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm sure you know, I won't be able to call everyone's name, but just know you are specially welcome, specially recognized. We really appreciate it. Adewale joined us from Lagos. Yes, Elijah is in Zambia, right? And we have Dag Impact from Athens, Greece. Isn't that amazing? Africa, Europe, Middle East, right? North America. It's just so beautiful. For me in Oyo town in Nigeria, Temitope in Lagos, Chukwudi in Owerri. Thank you, Chukuma, also in Owerri. Alex is in Kilifi, Kenya. Amazing. Ufoma, it's your first time, so you're especially welcome. Timothy in Ibadan, Florence in Lagos, Abiola is in Maryland in the USA. Thank you. Olamileko in Lagos, Bukumi in Ilori. Bukumi, you've been in Ilori. That's amazing. My city, right? Good. I hope they take good care of you there. David is in Cotonou, Benin Republic. I was there in June, right? Amazing, beautiful city. Ololade Lekki, Lagos. Daddy Babs, thank you for reposting. Emmanuel is in Ibadan. Tumi Sosa. Greetings from Botswana. Wow, I heard it's a beautiful country. Thank you for joining us from Botswana. Pelumi is in Lagos, and Womi Shelanu is in Ibadan. Joseph in Benue State. Olumayowa is joining us from Los Angeles. LA, thank you. Nopisat is in Lagos. Olaya is in Ado-Ekiti. David in Owerri. Caleb in Jigawa. And Torolo is joining us from South Africa. Wow, thank you. And David, From Ibadan, Jacob in Borno State, Stephen in Ibadan. Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Right? Thank you, everyone, for joining. Okay, so our discussion today, we're continuing on why leaders fail, right? Why leaders fail. This is a big subject, and it reminds me of a discussion that I had with a former governor in Nigeria. And we were on a flight together, and I was commending him for something that he did, which demonstrated vision. And you know, if you've been with us for a while, you know that I am big on vision. Oh, by the way, remember I said leadership is ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals? Let's test the influence from here. See, leadership is not self-centered. It is others-centric. That's what makes it leadership. That's part of where people actually begin to fail in leadership, thinking only for oneself. So let's do something. Share, right? Share the link for this now. Let's do it, everyone. Please, let's go ahead. I think I can get to my X account real fast, and I'm going to repost. Right? Yes. Bring someone in. You just absolutely don't know where someone is going to be in the next 5 years or 10 years, whether they're going to be a president or a governor or a senator somewhere. At least most people are going to be leading in families, or they're leading in families already. And this could be the game changer. Thank you. Bring someone in to this discussion. Most people don't think they're leadership material, so they just tune off when they see the word leadership. Yet, you know, I wrote a book. It's available on Amazon. It's titled Lead: Proven Principles to Multiply Your Success at Any Level. That's what leadership does. So most people just look at people in leadership positions and it's like we're just spectators. We're at their mercy. It's like they were born to lead. They're just a different species of human beings from us. Perish the thought. Leadership can be learned. It's a skill. I studied it up to the PhD level, right? I have the Doctor of Strategic Leadership degree. I studied for it. Leadership is now studied to the doctoral level. It's a skill. It's a science and an art, and it can be learned. So in my discussion, right, I go back to my discussion with the ex-governor. I said, you demonstrated vision. This particular project you embarked on demonstrated vision. You were seeing into the future. I said, but I'm sorry to say that most of your colleagues, right, in politics don't have vision and they don't have good leadership qualities. He said something I've not forgotten. He said, Sam, you know, the challenge is that Nigeria is like, right? This discussion was with the former governor in Nigeria. He said Nigeria is like an aircraft that is being flown by pilots that did not go to flying school. He said, and when they crash the aircraft, everybody screams, right? But that is instructive. Pilots that did not go to flying school. In other words, they did not learn. And that's before, it's so easy to criticize someone that is in a leadership position. You know why? Because we're visible. Those of us who occupy leadership positions are visible to everybody. Somebody said it is when mangoes are ripe that people throw stones at them, right? To bring them down. It's easy to criticize. Have you observed that a lot of people who criticize people in leadership positions, when they get to the same positions, they either repeat the same mistakes or they do worse? Have you observed that? Because the question you need to ask yourself is, so how many books have they read on leadership? How many books have they read on leadership? How many seminars have they attended? So I have tremendous respect for everyone here. That's why I call out the names and welcome everyone. I have tremendous respect. If the discussion is leadership and you show up, that says a lot about you, honestly. And that means you have self-esteem. You see yourself as leadership material already. Good. So let's start from there. So we're discussing why leaders fail, right? And we've talked about the lack of vision. Like I said, I'm big on that. You take that out of leadership, there's nothing left. The ability to see with your inner eyes, ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. If you don't hold the promise of improvement, get out of the leadership position. Because there's nothing is going to happen. Leadership is supposed to be about improvement. It's taking us from here to there, right? Vision. And then we spoke about self-awareness. Self-awareness, that we humans are the ones with that gift. You can, with the help of your imagination, come out of your life to look at your life and to assess it. It's amazing. Then you recognize what your strengths are, you recognize what your weaknesses are. And when you know your strengths, you know your gifts, those are the areas where you do the same thing, you put in the same effort other people put in, but you get extraordinary results. Every smart person learns to work in those areas, right? But you also recognize your weaknesses. So, and you learn to say no, no to opportunities that will expose your weaknesses, right? Why work in an area where you're going to fail, right? Good. So we spoke about self-awareness, and we've been talking about values. Values. The things that are values come from the word value, right? The things that are important, the principles, standards that you have adopted that govern your decisions and your behavior, right? Those principles and standards that you consider to be more important than others. Anyway, values are powerful. Values control your decision making. At the end of the day, leaders govern families, govern organizations, govern nations with their values, period. With their values. Now, we don't have much time, so let me cut straight to the chase. I want us to talk about value for human life. Value for human life, because when it's not there, failure is predictable in leadership. Failure is predictable in leadership. The most valuable asset that God put on this planet, that the Creator put on this planet, is human life. The human being, right? The most valuable asset on this planet is the human being. So one of the signs that someone has vision and has wisdom is the fact that they place the highest premium on human life. Thank you, Nicholas, for joining us from England, and Adebola from Cardiff. Good to see you, right? Gift from Abuja, Janet from Ibadan, Ikena from Lagos, Bayo from San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for joining us. And Hannah from the United States, thank you. Linus from Abuja, Tayo from Ileife, Shita Babe, Sherifat from Abeokuta, Innocent from Lagos, thank you for joining us. Walter, thank you. Says, I love your teaching. Thank you. David from Abuja, thank you. Leonard from Nigeria and David from Bauchi, thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Adenike in Kaduna State, Israel in Abuja, Michael in Benin City. Rosa, thank you for joining us from Boston. Amazing. And oh yes, I see you, I see you, Fumi from Abu Dhabi. So beautiful. Samuel from London, UK. Pastor Silas in Ghana. Amafo in Port Harcourt. David in Ogun. Timothy in Abeokuta. Walter in Abuja. John in Ibadan. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you too. Thank you. Okay. Honestly, if you put the highest value on human life, the likelihood that you will succeed is very high. I mean, as a leader, the likelihood that you will succeed is very high. Now, I'm a person of faith, right? You know that apart from being a leadership coach and consultant, an author and global speaker, the other part of my work is also that I'm a pastor. Now, my understanding from the scriptures is that man was created in the image of God. Man was created in the image of God. That is amazing. In fact, when you read the scriptural text very closely, you will come to the conclusion that there's a bit of God in every human. Honestly, there's a bit of God in every human. You will see that at the end of the day, in the scriptures, whatever you do to man affects God. Jesus Christ described the day when every human being will stand before God and said, God will tell some people, just go away. I was hungry, you did not feed me. I was thirsty, you did not give me water to drink. I was naked, you did not clothe me. And there will be an argument. It's not possible. You, God, I saw you and didn't give you food to eat. And God would say, well, for as much as you did not do it to any of the list of these people, you did not do it to me. That's going to be a big discovery for people. Should I paraphrase it? You saw me, you did not recognize me. You saw God, you did not recognize God, because God is in every human being. So whatever it is that God does not deserve, just consider that a human being does not deserve it. If I ask you now, if you were to, if you worked in a restaurant and the customer that came in was God and you were to serve, how would you do it? You would say, with excellence, I give him my best. I give him my best. Exactly. That's exactly how you should treat every single human being that you meet. Period. Whatever God does not deserve, man does not deserve it. Value for human. You check every nation that has advanced, and you will find at the root of development is value for human life. Period. Where they treat the human the best, where they invest the greatest value in the human being, that's where you get the greatest progress. Wherever the human being is devalued, that's where progress is slowest. Period. Check it out. Right? The sad part is that this lack of value for human life is not something that happens only at the individual level. It is something that happens at a cultural level. Cultural. I mean, family, organization, community, whole nations, whole cultures, whole continents devalue human life. Progress is not possible. You know, again, when I tell people that, we usually don't like to use the love word, use the word love in leadership in the boardroom, right? In the leadership space. Because when you say love, immediately people think, oh, you're thinking about romantic love. And I say, oh, no. As a person of faith, when I read in the Bible, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. And greater love has no man than this, than for a man to lay down his life for his friend. I say, well, when Christ was hanging on the cross, he wasn't feeling romantic. Sacrifice. That's what the highest level of love is about. Let me explain. So you look at the human being and you say, this person is created in God's image. They asked Christ, which is the greatest commandment? What did he say? He said, love the Lord your God. Then he said, the second one is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. Put the two, same level, right? Same. Eventually, one of his disciples will write later, John, and say, this is actually what he was saying, that it is not possible for you to love God and not love man. You cannot say you love God and not love man. Okay, fine. So, what's going to then happen? When you look at the human being and you place the highest value on the human being, you know what's going to happen? You're going to spot big gaps in their lives. This highly valuable creature does not have food to eat. Not having food to eat is beneath the dignity of a human being. Nobody should go to bed hungry. Or not having clothes to put on, is naked. Or doesn't have a shelter and is now at the mercy of the elements. Come on. You see what I mean? So when you how do you lead people without loving them? How do you lead people without putting value on them? What's the purpose of your leadership? If it is not to block those gaps or close those gaps in their lives. That's the essence of leadership. It's to make our world better or make the world better for people. Let me quickly do a description. So how you will recognize places where there's little value of human life. So you have the cultural level, right? Where people prioritize profit over human safety. Prioritizing money over human life. Let me put it like that. Prioritizing money over human life. If you see anywhere in the world where they carry out rituals, right? They kill someone and take the body parts that they want to make some charm that would make them to have a lot of money. You are seeing a place where the human brain has been turned upside down. To kill a human being in order to make more money means that you value money over human life. How do you make progress? You see what I mean? Lack of provision of basic needs. Basic, like food, right? So I've had the opportunity now of, functioning in different systems gratefully. What you would call the developed part of the world and the developing part of the world. And I'll tell you one of the major differences. Basics, food. I'm aware in the UK, if you're a legal resident or maybe a citizen, you don't have a job, that there's a check you get at the job center every week to be able to buy food. I'm aware that in the US, you get food stamps, so you can go pick some groceries. It's not for luxury, but at least to pick some basic things to eat. That's what I'm talking about. When at a cultural level, you place value on human life, then that's leadership, right? Then progress is possible. Isn't it amazing? Okay, so let me put it this way. The most valuable part of the human being is the mind. I'm sure you've heard the statement before, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. The first time my sweetheart, Dr. Nick and myself visited France, so we got this private tour guide who was driving us around in the van. And he went past the university and said, that's the university. As at that time, that was many years ago, he said, are you aware that education is free in France till you finish your university? We said, what? I don't know if it's changed now, but as at that time, he said it was free up to university level. We said, what? How does the government fund that? He said, taxes. I pay 40% taxes. I said, oh my. Is that painful? He said, well, it should be, except for the fact that It's the 40% some other people paid that they used to fund my education until I got through university. So, I was just thinking to myself, when the average citizen can be educated for free up to university level, they will be creative, they will be innovative, they will give you solutions, right? They will move the country forward. One of the things that hurts me the most, right? I grew up in Nigeria. I was born and raised there. And one of the things that hurts me the most is seeing pictures of kids in public schools. Now, I went to a public school. When I see kids sitting on the floor, it's crazy. I can't explain it. Right? Value for human life. That's what we're talking about. Education is basic. It's a basic need. Healthcare. Thank you, my sister Helen. She said she wrote in the chat room, the devaluation of human life is part of a daily ethical dilemma in healthcare, and indeed a significant ethical dilemma in healthcare and other sectors. Failed leadership on a large scale. Healthcare, right? Because you take health away, that's when you realize it is wealth. Because there's nothing that's going to work. You can go to work, you can go to school, you can't do anything else until you resolve the healthcare issue, right? How do you describe human trafficking? You took a whole human being away from where they're living and you went and you're using them to make money somewhere. Or how do you describe slavery, right? Yeah. So where there is low value for human life, then you have war. Then leaders make decisions and they don't care because human life is expendable to them. And sometimes the reasons why they go to war is just ego. And they waste thousands, if not millions of lives, right? Gang violence breaks my heart. Young people grow up and they are socialized. Everybody's life is under threat. So a young person must join a gang for them to feel safe. And then before you know it, they're shooting one another. It's crazy. It's lack of value for human life. Who's going to have enough vision to stand up, right? And shift that. I'll tell you again, where there isn't enough value for human life, the way the physically challenged and the vulnerable are treated in a country, that also is an indication. Yes. Because where there is value for human life, you will know. The store of that value for a human being is not in our physical body, it's in our intangible part. Have you ever thought of it before? The scientists tell us that 60 to 66% of your body is water. So if we took the rest, right, and disintegrated everything, you would have chemicals, right? You'll have calcium and phosphorus and magnesium and the rest of them, right? So if we took them to the market and sold them, how much do you think they will sell for? Your true value is not in your physical body. If you've been feeling, inferior just because of the way your body looks, you've been deceived. Perish that thought. The value of a human being is in the intangible part, right? So when somebody therefore has a disability in their physical part, the rest of us, the society needs to support them. That's why you have a ramp where others have elevators or have steps. You put especially steps, you put a ramp for them. Where there's an escalator, you put an elevator there, just to be careful. That's why we provide special parking spaces for people that are physically challenged. Look at the way society treats people. And I'm not just talking about society, now I'm talking about you and talking about me. If you want your leadership to be profoundly transforming for people, place the highest value on human life. Place the highest value on human. Look at the people around you with new eyes, right? Look at people with empathy. Everybody's lacking something. Everybody's lacking something. Everybody can do with some support, with some encouragement, at least with some help. You see, at the individual level, you don't have value for human life if you're selfish, if you find it difficult to give people things. Come on. If you don't have that strong motivation to plug gaps in people's lives. I went on radio 30 years ago in my late 20s with nothing, because I discovered the power of the human mind, and I will be going on the road and just be looking at people's heads and be wondering, oh my God, I wonder what's going on in this guy's head right now. Because I discovered you cannot really change your life until you change your thinking. Right? So, yeah, there's formal education. I chose to do informal education, right? Where there is low value for human life, you have injustice. You have domestic violence and abuse. Absolutely no reason in this world for you to hit your spouse physically or to wound the child. That's lack of value for human life. That's lack of value for human life. And then you have some people that are just prejudiced, for God's sake. Prejudiced. You know, one of the things that make the United States powerful, what the founding fathers wrote in the Declaration of Independence. We adjudge these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and that they have a right to liberty, right? They have a right to life, to liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. All lives are equal. It will profoundly change your leadership. Once you stop seeing yourself as being superior to someone, or your culture being superior to that of someone, you will see people with new eyes. And you want to do everything possible to add value to their lives. Then you will understand the true meaning of freedom. Allowing people, as long as they don't cross the line to create problems for you and to breach your rights, giving people the room to express themselves, to dream and to fulfill their dreams. Yes, thank you. The highest level of love is not romantic, it is sacrifice. It is being willing to pay a price just so you will see other humans perform at their best level. When COVID struck, the values of leaders came out. That's why you had the great resignation. Just as we were coming out of COVID, people resigned en masse. They found out most of their employers did not really care about them. They cared more about money than they cared about them. The politicians were showing theirs, cared more about power than they cared about human beings. Right? In some countries, there was just mass emigration. Leadership. But you and I are here, right? And it's a new day. It's a new day. And I'm calling us in our community, please take time to reflect deeply on what we have said today. Take time to reflect deeply and to think of what you can do. I don't know what level you're in, but when I lead an organization, value must be placed on people's lives in that organization. I'm telling you that. And those that lead at the state, regional, national level need to demonstrate that value for human life. I hope this has been helpful today. I hope so. All right. So 30 years ago, like I mentioned earlier, I went on radio and just began to teach basic principles for success, because I had found myself in a very desperate position, right? Growing up in Nigeria, very desperate position. The future looked gloomy, unsure, and then I began to read and I began to discover the principles for success, and principles have no respect for persons. like gravity. It doesn't care what your status is, doesn't care what your title is. If you jump from the roof of a 5-story building, you're coming down. Principles make success possible because there's power inside principles, and principles make success predictable. They make success predictable. You don't need a prophet to tell you if you jump from the roof of that 5-story building, you're coming down, right? It's the same. So that's why I went on radio, began to teach and teach. And my assumption was, since being on radio gave me this direct access straight into people's living rooms, into people's offices, into people's cars, if we could just shift the thinking of millions of people, we could change society from the bottom up. Well, 30 years later, with a whole lot more experience, got more degrees in leadership, started the leadership, and right up to the doctoral level, started the leadership school myself with over 55,000 people who have graduated now. I came to realize the power of the people that occupy leadership positions at a high level. It's phenomenal. The impact is outsized. One governor, 5 million people. One president, 20 million, 40 million, 100 million, 200 million people, one person, right? So gratefully, since I did not stop developing myself, I found out now, okay, rather than criticize, how about coming alongside leaders at a high level and working with them and being available to advise, the superstar athletes in this world, sportsmen and women, they have coaches, don't they? Oh, yeah. So that's what I decided to do. And now I decided on my most ambitious project along those lines to start a 100-member mastermind. A 10-month program, which is starting in 2026 from February to November. Right? This program is for leaders that are successful already, right? I want to invest my time and energy with visionary founders and C-suite leaders who are ready to multiply their impact and their wealth and their influence and their legacy all over the world. Anyway, I made an announcement on this some weeks back, and I want to say a big thank you to all those who came on the wait list. We had over 700 people that came on the wait list. And then a week ago, we opened up the application portal, and over 400 people have applied. That's phenomenal. We have only 100 spaces, only 100, period. Not one single seat more. Let me tell you what's inside. First, you'll be part of a private mastermind group. Once you come in, we have a platform that we have created on Circle.so. It's such a beautiful software for building a community. So you will have access to 99 other brilliant people, highly successful executives from around the world. You will have access to them 24/7, right? If you have any question that's on your mind, you'll be able to post it and ask them to contribute. So you will have access to what we call peer brilliance. Peer brilliance. You will have access to some of the highest levels of insights in the world. Because what you're trying to do, you will have people in the room who have already achieved what you're trying to achieve, who have built what you're trying to build, right? Who have experienced scale in the thing that you're just trying to start, right? It's phenomenal. The networking potential is humongous. Let me give you an idea, because some of our existing clients, existing executive coaching clients have already been signing in. I'll tell you, for example, that one of those that I'm expecting in this program. When I visited their country some time ago, he just said, "Doctor, this your book Shifts is just fantastic, right? I've been carrying it around with me." He said, "I think you need to talk to our friends in government." I said, "Well, it will be my pleasure." He just picked his phone and called the president's office, secured an appointment, with one of the top people there, one of the ministers, called the parliament, spoke to the speaker of the parliament. "I have a friend here. I believe you need to see him." He secured appointments in both places for the same day. How many people do you think can do that, right? Same day appointments. And we went and met those officials. So those are the kind of people you would have in the room. It's phenomenal, right? And then I will have one-on-one sessions with each person, 2 in the course of the 10 months. At the beginning, to clarify your plans, expectations, goals, your vision. And then before we end, I'll meet with you again as a person. 100 people. So you better realize it. We're going to restructure practically everything else that we're doing, right? Because we need to focus a lot of attention and energy on this. And I'm talking about people who will be able to shift not just organizations, but nations now and continents. Every month, now we're going to break the 100 into groups. And every month, each group will meet on Zoom for 90 minutes. So if you have any current question you want to ask, or that's where people they're going to meet and interact, and resolve those issues. We're also going to have a resource library for them in that community platform on circle.so. And we're loading it with content that'll be very useful. My frameworks for resolving different issues, right? My framework for strategic leadership. In fact, my course on strategic leadership, they will have access to for free. Some of the courses I created before and so on. It's going to be amazing. Twice in the year, twice in the course of the 10 months, we're going to hold C-suite retreats. If you've been familiar with our work, we've been doing it yearly, just once a year. Last year, it was at Marrakech, Morocco. This year it was at the Mandarin Hotel. They're usually 6-star or 7-star hotels, right? In Dubai. For these people, this 100, we're going to have that retreat twice. Presently, we're looking at Dubai, Casablanca in Morocco, Cancun in Mexico. At least we'll pick 2 of those locations and we'll have a 2-day retreat. That's part and parcel of the program, right? And that's where the 100 will be able to meet one another physically. It's going to be amazing, right? And at those retreats, we're going to bring guest experts. I have some friends, highly successful, and we're going to bring them so that they can interact with us and answer questions. This is just going to be so powerful. What do you think? If you sign up, the only other major program we're having in 2026 is the Shift Conference Lagos. Only other program. Shift Conference Lagos is holding on February 21, 2026. Right? We had almost 3,000 people at the Oko Hotel and Conference Center in February 2025. We're going for 4,000, right? It's just phenomenal. You need to be there, to really appreciate what it's about. And we have the general session in the morning, and we have the VIP session, we call it. Now, by now, I'm sure you understand, like I'm saying, we like to invest in leaders at high levels right now because they affect many lives. So the VIP session, that if you can, find your way into the VIP session, right? Find your way into the VIP session if you can. at Shift Conference Lagos. I should let you know, we've been running a wait list for some weeks now for the Shift Conference Lagos. As at last week, we had over 5,000 people on the wait list. So already it's oversubscribed. The earlier you grab your seat, the better. Okay? Good. Anyway, if you sign up and you're one of the 100 people in the mastermind, we're giving you complimentary attendance, VIP, general session, everything at the Shift Conference you come in. It's part of our thank you to you, right? The people that come in for 2026, come into the mastermind, we call it the Sam Adeyemi Mastermind. They will be foundation members of our mastermind. It's going to be a special status for life. This is what I mean. After next year, anybody else who wants to come into our mastermind will need a referral from the existing members of the mastermind. So it's going to be a special status that you came in for the first time anyway. So if you go on my link tree, if you want to grab your seat for the Shift Conference Lagos, February 21, 2026, go on my link tree, linktr.ee/Sam Adeyemi, or just go on my social media page. You see the only link in my bio, the only link, Instagram, X, Facebook, the only link in my bio takes you to my link tree. You will see the link to the Shift Conference Lagos there. Grab your ticket. But then, so that's it. It's on the screen, right? It's on the screen. You can do a screenshot or write it down and go there and grab your seat. If you can find your way to Lagos, Nigeria, that's where to be. It's going to be explosive, right? I should mention that some people are already signing up to be partnership sponsors for the Shift Conference Lagos. Isn't that amazing? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. If you signed up already, thank you. If you have plans to, this is the time to reach out to us. You know what that helps us to do? Excellence. So if you want to find out, right, about how you can be a sponsor, send us an email. Send me an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com. info@samadeyemiglc.com. My team will get in touch with you immediately. By being a sponsor, listen, we're going to put the logo of your organization on our flyers, right, online. And if you sponsor at a particular level, we'll actually have your logo on our advert on the billboards and newspapers at the higher level. Okay. With that, you are boldly, publicly declaring that you value good leadership and you are investing in it. That's what you're doing. We're bringing in students and teachers from 50 schools with 100% scholarship because of the sponsorship. Yeah, because, courtesy of our sponsors, we'll be able to bring in 10 students and teachers each from 50 schools. That is 500 seats at the general session will be fully subsidized, 100% scholarship because of our sponsors. That's why I said you are investing in the transformation of lives and of the society by being a sponsor. Shoot us an email right away, info@samadeyemiglc.com. And I say thank you in advance. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take a few questions soon, but let me get back to this point about the Sam Adeyemi Mastermind. So, like I said, we've received over 400 applications. We have only 100 seats. So when you apply, the application, right, mastermind.samadeyemi.com. Just make sure you know you're a founder and a CEO and your organization has grown to some level. You are successful already, right? Yeah. We need people that have the influence. But beyond that, though, we also, so it's premium. I'm not going to pretend it's a lot of money to be a part of this program, right? But it's whatever it is you invest, right? You're going to make your money back. In terms of cash, the likelihood that you will make 5 to 10 times the money is almost practically there, right? But for some people, given the kind of contacts, the kind of relationships you will have access to, some people will go 1000x, right? So just think of the massive value. This is going to be life-changing for many. And I should say this, in my work with senior leaders, one thing has stood out. Senior leaders struggle with isolation. The higher you rise, the fewer the people that can even understand what you're saying. In the first, and it can be very lonely. That's why it's good for you to be part of this group of 100 people. So please, mastermind.samadeyemi.com, go and apply, right? Go and apply. If you sail through the application, you just answer some 8 or 9 questions, right? Within 3 or 4 minutes. If you sail through that level, you will have the opportunity of booking immediately, booking a date for your interview. Oh yeah, it's a highly exclusive group, highly curated group, right? Highly exclusive, highly curated. The interview is not just for us to find out if you qualify. It's for you to also find out if there's a fit between us and you. If you're looking for quick success, if you're the kind of a person that doesn't mind, cutting corners to succeed, just count yourself out completely. We need people that value a good name more than they value profit. It's very important, right? And we need people that value human life that we discussed today. All right, good. Shoot me a question in the chat room. Let's take 1 or 2 before we go. Adebi says February to November 2026. One day I will get to see you and I will get to say thank you in person. You're really an amazing leader and a role model I look up to. Thank you so much. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. So encouraging. Thank you. Okay, so David, good question, right? You're leading already, fantastic. Member of Daystar, teenage leader, product of DLA, attends our Excellence in Leadership Conference in GLS. He says, God gave me the go-ahead to start up a leadership academy here on campus. And although I have a core team already, and we have been setting up a structure for academy while we're still developing ourselves, but deep within, I'm having cold feet about the first step to take. First step to take, train your team. Run through the curriculum with your team. You teach them first. That's how I started the Daystar Leadership Academy, right? I just spoke, I told the staff at Daystar Christian Center, I'm starting a leadership school. There's no way I'm going to be able to take all the classes alone. So what I'm going to do all through this month, that was January 2002. I said all through this month, the first 2 hours every day when we get to the office, I'm going to teach you, right? All through this month. And that was what I was developing the curriculum actually as we were going. And then once we were done that January, February, I said, put the adverts in the newspapers and let's invite people. We're starting the leadership school in March. So yes, train the trainers. That's a good place to start from. Winner is asking, the Shift conference in Lagos, can I watch online? Oh yes, of course. If you can't find your way to Lagos, Nigeria, you watch out. We're going to create the opportunity for people to join us from all over the world. Just watch out for the announcement on that. James is asking how. Oh, Helen is asking, where is the Shift conference being held? It's at the Echo Hotel and Conference Center, Lagos, Nigeria. The Shift conference is holding in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you are unable to attend physically, we'll create the opportunity for attending online. So James is asking, how can you recommend the solution to a leader who doesn't listen to advice? Woo, that's challenging, isn't it? Yeah, that can be challenging. It's a sad thing for a leader, honestly, because being a leader does not mean that you're the brightest person in the room. It doesn't. A leader is just a broker of gifts. I call a leader a broker of talents, right? So you aggregate the talents, gifts that different people have, aggregate their wisdom, and with that you make decisions. So if you don't listen to someone, it's going to hurt your leadership. The first thing though is, let's come from the platform of love and empathy. There must be a reason why that leader is that way, and the likelihood is the person has suffered some trauma in their past. So people hardly listen to people that they don't trust. Can we find a way to break their shield and to cultivate their trust? And that comes from taking interest in them, okay? That comes from taking interest in them, taking interest in their family, asking if there's any way we could be of assistance to them, paying attention to their birthday and the special days in their lives, and so on. If we are able to get them to soften up a bit and to trust, then it's possible then that they can take advice from us. Tokwe says, you've been a blessing through Success Power back then, in those days at Unilorin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oluwatobi, how does a leader strike a balance of giving a sense of importance to everyone without favoritism, nepotism, or being biased to followers? I'll take you back to that Declaration of Independence of the United States. We adjudge these truths to be self-evident, that God made all men equal. If you can adopt that, think about it over and over and over and over. If you can adopt that, it will do marvels to your leadership. So it's just that how you choose to see people. How you choose to see people. Nobody is superior to anybody else. And how you choose to see yourself relative to the people that you are leading. All men are created equal. That's the starting point. So with that takes you above the things that divide people. Ethnicity, religion, tribe, gender. We have the same value. That's all. Just reflect on it deeply. Reflect on it deeply and adopt it. Okay, I can see Samuel, you started something earlier and concluded it later, the question. You have an idea to start a poultry farm with fisheries. For lack of capital, you've gone into tricycle transportation, but then you say the people you respect a lot are against it. What can you do? Find out why they are against it, right? If maybe one of them has done that tricycle business before and they had their fingers burnt. So it does help a lot to listen to people, right? Just find out why. Thank you. Bamidele says, prosperity begins when you have high value for human life. I promise you, it's at the root of innovation. high value for human life is at the root of innovation. When you commit yourself to find solutions to people's problems by all means. And when you find solutions, you make money. Ojo is asking, is there a bookshop in Oshobo where I can get your books? I'm not sure about Oshobo, but I know about Ibadan. I know about Roving Heights Bookshop. It's the bookshop is in Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja. If you check on social media at Roving Heights, or the bookshop at Daystar Christian Center in Lagos, or even Lagos, Family Life Bookshop. So if you check at Family Life Bookshop, if you reach out to those two handles on Instagram, I think you can get them to send you the books. Okay. 2 more questions and we'll be done, right? I know it's late in some places. Chimeze is asking, how do you become a leader when everything around you is scary? That is a brilliant question. You know what? The fact that everything around you is scary is the reason why you need leadership. Is the reason why leadership is needed. You know that leadership is a mindset, just like being an entrepreneur is a mindset. When you are an entrepreneur, what people call problems, that's what you see as opportunities. Hey, there's no water around. Go find the water. That's where your money is, right? There aren't enough cars or buses to move people around. Go buy a car or a bus. That's where your money is. There aren't enough houses to go around. Go build one or buy one. That's where your money is, right? Even when they are fighting wars, people are making billions. Somebody's got to buy the bullet, buy the uniforms and boots for the soldiers. The soldiers have to eat and all that, right? Learn to look for problems. That's where your money is. It's the same thing with leadership. Where things are not working right, that's where leaders need to show up and say, I see a better future. I see the way out, right? So we said vision is the ability to see people, places, and things, not just the way they are, but the way they could be. Not just the way they are, but the way they could be. So Chimeze, close your eyes for a few minutes, reflect deeply, stop seeing those scary things, stop listening to the news. The news is meant to scare you. And in the media, they say good news is no news, bad news is good news. Yeah, don't listen to too much of the news, right? Think of the possibilities. Think of a better future. Think of solutions. Focus on that and step forward and try to get people to cooperate with you to create those solutions. Yeah, the world is not going to scatter as long as there are some of us here who keep believing that our cup is not half empty, it is half full. Don't focus on the emptiness in life, focus on the fullness, focus on your gifts, focus on your talents and the problems you can use them to solve for other people. That's how you become a leader in the midst of chaos, right? It's amazing. Like 30 years ago, when I got the inspired idea to go on radio and teach people how to succeed, even I was scared. I was asking myself, what audacity, what authority do I have to teach people how to succeed? Should I not be successful first? So I didn't consider myself to be successful, but I did one thing right. I took the attention away from myself and focused on other people. And it was boom. All the things I was praying for began to come to me. Become a solution provider. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So has this been helpful to you? Is this has been helpful? Can you help me to type Y, the letter Y? Oh, yes, letter Y in the chat room. If I get 5, I will have an idea that this was helpful to someone, right? Thank you. 1, 2, thank you, Pastor Tim. 3, 4, 5, I got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. Thank you, everyone. All right. We'll be seeing again in 2 weeks' time, because next week, yeah. We'll be seeing again in 2 weeks' time. Everyone, watch out for our announcement. Thank you. And if you believe that you are qualified to be a part of our mastermind, mastermind.samadeyemi.com, apply, and let's see you at the interview. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful evening, or beautiful day, or a beautiful morning. Thank you. Bye for now.
Hey, founder, CEO, if your organization does an annual turnover of $1 million or more, or ~1 billion naira or more, you know the truth already. You have outgrown the hustle. You've proven that your idea works. You've built something that is real. But now the game has changed. Growth for you right now is about evolution. The evolution of you, the visionary you, the strategist you, the you that your organization or your nation needs. That is why I created the Sam Adeyemi Mastermind, a 10-month experience for visionary founders and CEOs like yourself that are committed to growing with clarity, with confidence, and with purpose. Inside this mastermind, you will connect with a small group of visionary founders and CEOs like yourself that are committed to leading with growth, with truth, and for legacy. The next evolution of your business and of your leadership starts now. Apply, and let's build it together.